Good afternoon. Welcome to Raiders Press Conference Live, presented by Intermountain Healthcare. Kevin Bollinger alongside former Raider great Eric Allen, coming off a very disappointing, frustrating afternoon for the Raiders at Allegiant Stadium as they lose to the Washington football team 17-15. And EA, general takeaways from what you saw yesterday.
Yeah, you think give up 17 points, you're going to get a win, especially coming off of Thanksgiving, playing the Cowboys and playing that explosive football team and really having your way with them offensively. Just was a roller coaster season, and it was a roller coaster football game. I just think have to play a little more urgency, right? And have to kind of dictate tempo. And I think that's when the Raiders are at their best, when we're dictating the terms of the game. We're playing at a fast pace, taking those shots, having those explosive plays. Washington did a pretty good job of really saying, we're going to get up and we're going to chew this clock up. We're going to try and get after you defensively. We're going to look at your offensive line and try and find ways to pressure Derek Carr, and take Josh. And not having Waller was just humongous. It really affected this offense and the ability to be able to strike.
Let's look at these AFC West standings, because even despite the loss, they're still only 2 games out of the lead. And if you're looking at AFC wildcard picture, the difference between seeds 1 and seed 12 is 2 games as well. So, yes, the loss hurts, but still a lot in front of this team.
Yeah, it hurts. I'm telling you, still today. I'm trying to shower that loss off still today. But when you look at it, at the end of the day, you had 2 great opportunities to win the game. And then when you look at it, we're still in great position to be able to control our own future, because all those football teams in the AFC West, we're about to play those teams and some of the other teams in the conference. So we're well positioned to be able to still get into the playoffs. We're playing meaningful games December. That's what we all want. Still a lot of football left. Got 5 games, all versus AFC conference football team opponents. This is all right in front of us. A great chance for this football team to, again, show us. And I wouldn't be surprised. We were talking in the green room. I wouldn't be surprised if this football team came out against the Chiefs and kind of, scored 30, 35 points and had a big win in Kansas City.
Yeah, definitely something we're going to go on a little later on in the show and talk Chiefs. But up next, we're going to hear from interim head coach Rich Bisaccia. He's getting ready to meet with the media for his weekly press conference, get his thoughts on yesterday's game and maybe an injury update or 2. It's coming up on the backside of the break.
This program has been presented by Coors Light, an official beer of Raider Nation, made to chill.
All right, so the Raiders have 5 games left in the regular season. They have a chance to get themselves right back into the AFC West picture. Interim head coach Rich Bisaccia going to talk about everything that happened yesterday and look ahead to this week as well as he takes the chair to meet with the media. Here's the coach.
All right, afternoon. I'll give you the injury report as I have it. First, as of right now, these guys would be day-to-day. Waller, Patrick, Perryman, Nick Kwiatkowski, Nassib, and Corey Littleton. We know of Kenyon Drake is going to need surgery. He'll be leaving in a few days, I think, going to Birmingham to take care of his ankle. And then 2 guys we hope to have back in practice. We got Mullen back a little bit last week. We're hoping to get a little bit more to him. Hopefully it looks better at the end of the week, and we'll get Philon back, it looks like, on Wednesday, and have a report about how he does by the end of the week. With that, I'll take any questions you may have.
Rich, a couple of guys last night mentioned the slow starts and trying to put their finger on why that might be. And have you given it any thought? I mean, obviously you've given it thoughts, but anything that you could put your finger on why sometimes it's starting so slow for the offense?
Well, I don't really know if it's one particular thing. We tried to do, like I said, different things in practice to try to get us going a little bit faster earlier, some of those things. Dallas game, we come out first drive, we hit the shot, we have a big play and touchdown. This week, defensively started off for us, gave up 2 explosive plays. Next thing you know, we're down 7-0. So we're going to look at all those things again, see where we can try to spruce up practice a little bit, or something we can do, with the coin toss, I don't know, to get us going where we can have maybe some more success earlier.
Rich, John Madden used to bemoan a 3rd and 7, people throwing the ball 5 yards, 3rd and 4, 2. And I'm curious, that seems to be, at least watching a lot of film, going back and looking at early for some of the slow starts. Does that concern you?
Well, I think anytime you don't get the first down on a third down, obviously we weren't very good on third downs on offense or on defense in yesterday's game. So a lot of times you don't have to always throw the ball to the distance in order to get yourself a first down. You know, we've got guys that make people miss in certain situations, whether it's Josh, whether it's Hunter Renfro, some of those things. So I think our bigger thing is what we're doing on third down, and we need to do a better job converting third downs on offense. And certainly we didn't do very good defensively as well this past week with third down conversions for our opponent.
Josh mentioned the team looking like it was coasting and a little stiff. Is that something that you've seen as well, and would you describe that?
Yeah, again, I certainly respect Josh's thoughts, and I'm not really sure what coast means, to be honest with you. We didn't get off to a very good start on offense, so he's entitled to his opinion. And we'd all like to start faster. We'd all like to finish a lot faster than we have as well. So we'll see what the future brings in those two categories.
I don't know much. I assume you're not much of a Twitter guy, but
I'm not a Twitter guy. You can assume correct on that.
Kenny Drake last night after the injury, I know there's frustration, went off about the type of tackle that was done on him that got him hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were able to hear about it or see it, or if you had any thoughts about the type of tackle and maybe the legalities of guys pulling down and rolling.
Yeah, I did hear about it, and I'm sure, I know Kenyon's, I know him a long time, and I know he's very frustrated. Certainly his last two injuries have come from that type of a rolled up tackle. When you look at the play on tape, it did not look intentional. I think he got himself in a funky body position at the end when he went to finish a little bit. The guy kind of rolled him over and he got his ankle caught underneath there. So I can't speak on the first one that happened to him when he got his last injury. It didn't look intentional. Certainly it ended up being a roll-up position at the end. I know he's a little bit frustrated about getting injured again, but it just did not look that intentional on film.
There's a roughing the passer call on Max Crosby, and this is kind of a bigger picture type of question. I guess by the letter of the law, looks reasonable, but you've been around football for a long time. What's a defensive player supposed to do in that situation when they're just making the regular?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. I also thought if you look at the end of that play, Max tried to put his hands out and didn't try to land on with all his body weight, and so I don't have an answer. We didn't like the call. We certainly didn't like the call at that situation, and there's a bunch of no-call type situations against our number 98 as well. But I didn't think it was at that time. The way in which he landed, it wasn't head-to-head, and again, I thought he tried to put his hands out the best he could, not to put all his body weight on him, and that's a judgment call that they make, and we had to live with it. So, but
one, was Abram kind of goes through a blocker
right.
to make what looked like a good play.
Again, the letter of the law on that one, not to cut you off, but it is you can't cut an offensive lineman. But I don't think John, in our opinion, John was trying to work his way to knife down the runner, and here comes the old lineman and end up being a collision course with those guys. But I do think, and we talked about this morning, that is a good one to send in. It can maybe make them look at the rule a little bit, maybe in a different way, because of the bang-bang situation with John really trying to go for the runner, and the offensive lineman happened to be in that position at that time. So those are two interesting calls, but the one on John would certainly be hopefully one they'll look at, and maybe it'll change the rule a little bit, or at least give them something to think about.
I know you've got a lot on your plate right now, but again, a bigger picture, would you maybe be interested in the league looking at ways to maybe look at those plays from a booth standpoint, just to kind of get a better, clear picture rather than leaving it up to the referees in critical situations?
Well, again, in my time in the league, there's been a lot of conversations. Either we're going to look at everything in the booth, or should we go back to just making all the calls the official's prerogative, right? So somewhere in there is probably the answer. I haven't looked that far down the road to be a part of how they're calling calls. I think we do a good job of sending things in. We have an official that works with us that looks at all the plays and helps us send things in. And I do know, respect to the league, they do look at all those things, and we do get feedback from them one way or the other. So I don't see that being any different than what they've done for us in the past.
Rich, obviously you've had Trayvon and Nate as rookies playing big roles on defense this season, but you also had Devon Diablo and Malcolm Kuntz playing probably more than we've seen so far this season. What did you think of them just in their first, kind of major game action?
Yeah, we think Devon's been coming on in practice all the time, to get a lot more reps, certainly at the will linebacker. He had a chance to go in there and play for us a little bit when we had some injuries, and we thought he did a good job. And he kept his role on teams as well. It was good to see Malcolm finally get up there and have a chance to make a play, and ends up having a good job on the sack, and he had some punt rushes for us as well. So we'll see what injuries do for us as we go through the next few days in practice, see who we end up with dressing for us in the game.
Coach, I'd like to ask you about Malcolm Kuntz. Last week in practice, he was moving very fast, and has the game gotten to a place where he's maybe, the reason he's on the field is he isn't thinking as much, he's able to just play now, it's kind of come to him?
Well, I think he's practicing at a high speed right now, and he's getting pushed all the time. And, his opportunity to get dressed this week with Carl being down just gave him a chance to get out there and play some. And you saw some of the speed that he has. You saw some of the explosion that he has. And if you looked at the punt rush tape, he had a really good rush one time at the punt rush as well. So we're hoping this time of year, those guys that are starting to play a little bit more than they've played in the past, they can start to come on a little bit for us. So we'll see how it works out going into this week's game.
I know you guys were just wrapping up your game last night when the Chiefs started, but how much did you get to watch, and is that a benefit at all to get the tape started early, I guess, by just watching the team live before you play them?
Well, I got to see the end of the game, a little bit on TV, and then you start watching it again here when we get done cleaning up this game after our meetings now. I'm getting ready to go there after this. We'll get a chance to watch it again. But, it looked like a hard-fought game by two teams that are playing really well on defense, and both to some degree struggled a little bit in the offensive side of the ball, which we can identify that with that a little bit as we're sitting here. So we'll see more what the tape looks like as we get going during the week.
You guys have maintained all season long that no matter wins or loss, Monday morning the guys are in, they're fired up, energized, ready to go. Is that still the case, especially with injuries starting to pile up as well?
Well, we just did the special teams part, and everybody was in here, the guys that were supposed to be here. Guys went through their well check. Guys got their bodies taken care of. We started on the workouts and the runs, and we're getting ready to have a team meeting when I leave. We'll go over the formula, what we did well, what we didn't do well, and they'll have tomorrow off. Some of them will start looking at tape as they normally do. Some will be in the building as they normally are, and we'll get ready for Wednesday's practice with who we have to get ready to go to Kansas City.
Look, I don't want to dive into specific words necessarily, I guess, but is day-to-day for Waller signifying improvement from week to week?
Yeah, I'd like to think so. He's dealing with two things. He's dealing with the knee and the oblique or the rib, whichever one it is, and he got continually a little bit better towards the end of the week. That's kind of why we kept him in a day-to-day. And then visiting with Chris today, our trainer, same deal. And I just saw Waller a little bit, and I think he'll get hopefully going maybe out of the pool here in a few days, or maybe even tomorrow. But, yeah, I'd like to keep him day-to-day. He's kind of earned the right to be day-to-day and let us know how he feels as we get going through the week.
All right, guys, good?
Okay, guys, thanks. Okay.
All right, that's Raiders interim head coach Rich Bisaccia. And EA, let's start with the injury because the Raiders are in limbo here with a lot of guys that he considered day-to-day. Darren Waller at the top of the list. And then you also lose running back Kenyon Drake for the rest of the season. But this is an interesting week as we go through it as to who's going to actually be available on Sunday.
Kevin, all impact players you're talking about, particularly Darren Waller. He's a focal point of this offense, him and Derek Carr. Without him in the mix, defenses play our offense completely differently. So very important to try and get Darren up and ready to go day to day. Hopefully he can work through some of those nicks and such, be able to play. And then defensively, Perryman. I mean, what a find he has been for this football team. Really solid in the middle of the football field, making sure that teams don't just run all over the place on us. He's always an impact type of player. And I like the fact that those young guys are getting those opportunities, but I love those veterans, particularly when you're going to KC this week.
The slow starts have been a problem here since the bye week has happened. And Coach addressed it a little bit, but it's obviously something that's going to have to get fixed if they're going to make that run.
It's all about execution, Kev. It really is. That's what it's about. If you want to be able to make impactful plays on third down and stay on the football field, obviously it all starts at your offensive line. You got to have great protection there so Derek is able to step up in the pocket or get outside the pocket, extend plays, and then you have to be able to see the second or third guy in every window. Derek Carr is a great football player for us, but again, you need overall execution for it to work. And right now, it's just been kind of sporadic, up and down. You kind of start out throwing the ball sideways, and then you're in a 3rd and 5, and you get a protection breakdown here or there. You get a guy who gets free, and you're not able to see him because the protection is there. Everything has to be coordinated and work together, and you have to execute to be able to stay on the football field.
Well, we're going to go a little bit more deeper into the offense for the Raiders. We're going to take a short break, and we come back talking a little bit more about maybe some of the things that the Raiders are doing a little differently that they could continue to do if they're going to have success. That's coming up next.